from a client perspective, how long are you seeing clients hold their portfolios? Because I
So
want to get some context for the audience.
so you have right. So you have hedge funds, right? And I think of hedge fund. I think of the world of investing as the ocean, right? The ocean's vast, it's deep. There's a lot of different creatures, right? And some people who are new, you kind of the school of fish. You're new. Hedge funds like the sharks, right? They're always looking for opportunity.
Hmm.
And even when it comes down to meeting with companies, some companies don't want to meet with hedge funds because they don't want them trading their name because it
Yeah.
messes up the value of the stock, right? They're in there, they're running a bunch of different strategies, whether it's long or short. And so they have a different identity than a long only, right? And a long only would be your TIA Crefts, your Fidelities, your Vanguards that are going to hold the stock a minimum of 5 years,
Hmm.
5, 7, 10. And they take that position with the idea of we're going to hold this position for 5 to 7 years in our portfolio. We don't care. We know we've done our research. We know in 5 years, right? Apple split. We
Yep.
know in 5 years it's gonna be 400. Like we know in 5 years we're not going nowhere. And on down days we buy more, right? We take that excess cash, and so everybody's strategy is going to be different based on the ocean. I call the long only as the whales. They have the most cash on hand. They're the biggest institutions, right? And they basically can handle any rough waters. A whale can handle anything. It's a big ass animal, right? And
Hmm.
so they can handle anything. These long onlys can handle anything. So you have to understand who you're investing with. When you get into the water, who's swimming next to you? When that stock is down, why is it down? Not that just it's down, but why?
Yeah.
Is it instability? Is it the election? Is it what is it that is driving the price down? And when you critically think through that and say, okay, well, I figured out that it was mostly people selling off, but I still see value. Well, then you know what time it is. It's time to get some more. Because if you walked into the supermarket and everything was on sale, you would buy. Everybody loves to go to Costco's, right, and get a big tub of peanut butter because it's on sale. So I look like that.
There you have
I
it.
love it.
There you have it, man. Q, man, I
Yo,
appreciate
I
you,
Appreciate
man.
it. We gotta talk.
We gotta bring you
Yo,
back.
You gotta come back on the show.
Yeah, we gotta bring you back on the show,
Hey,
man,
yo.
for a full version, man.
I just asked him to pull up.
Yeah, man. Y'all listen. Y'all are family. Like I said, what y'all doing for the culture and what you guys are doing for communities is a beautiful thing. And I'll tell you, ain't too many people who are color where I'm at, and I want that to change.
Yeah.
We need more people of our color. We're intelligent. We're hungry. We're ready. It's about being prepared. It's about keeping an eye on the prize. And these guys are going to take you to the promised land. Just like I said, I implore the crowd. I implore the people who are part of university. As a student, it's your job to make university better. And at Harvard, at Yale, at Howard, at Morgan State, the schools do not make the students. The students make the schools. So you need to step your
Yeah.
game because these guys are giving you gems.
Sure. One last question for you, if I can. How long do you think before the economy recovers? Because GDP is getting beat up. No one's talking about it. Corporate debt is at record highs. Being an insider, um, what have you extrapolated about how long it'll take for us to get back on track?
I think it's gonna be a long time before we get back on track, right? I think we're gonna have waves. So I think you say look out 3 5 years because of everything that we're doing, right? You have the Fed that's kind of auto inflating the economy right now, and that
Hmm.
can only last for so long, and you still gotta pay that back, right? So it's like if I keep on taking out the piggy bank, at some point in time I'm gonna go broke. And so I would say 3 to 5, three on a if everything falls great, but five
Hmm.
because we're going to have a new president, right? We're going to have new deals. We're going to have companies restructuring. We're going to have more M&A. We're going to have more IPOs. So there's going to be so many things thrown in. It's like right now, right? The IPO market, everybody's hungry for IPOs, right?
Hmm.
And because there hasn't been that level of hunger in a long time for IPOs. So I think when you see the market now, you see the way it's structured. We're in for some choppy waters, but I would say about three on the good end. I think five by the time we kind of get back to normal and a kind of a normalized economy. It could be a little bit longer than that, but like I said, the idea is just kind of to figure out where you get in, where you fit in, and figure out how to make the best of a bad situation.
Do you think this is our generation's Great Depression and Roaring Twenties rolled into one?
I think so. Like I said, I think you look back at March and you go, right, you slap yourself, like, I should have put in more. It's like it was right in front of you. And I
Yeah.
think sometimes, right, sometimes it's too good. Sometimes it's like too good to be true. It's like too good to be true. Like you pull up one day, it's a duffel bag full of 100,000. Like, nah, come on, where the cops at? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like that was the moment, and we had another moment like that recently, right in September. I think we had another moment here, and we're gonna have a couple more of those like aha, like this is it. Like this is not too good to be true. Like stack up, let's go get it. Because in about 5 or 10 years, you'll be happy that you put your foot down and you planted yourself for something solid. So I think that's what we have right now. We're headed to a way better, I want to say financial environment, but a way better structure, the way companies run. I think a lot of companies are gonna have to reassess how they do things. They're not gonna have the cash, not gonna be as cash heavy. A lot of industries are gonna be forced to change with the times, and we're seeing that now, even from an internal standpoint. When you look at industries, right? Like look at airline industries, right? And 60% of the revenue was derived from business travel. They're never getting back to that.
No,
never getting back to that. So what does that say for the retail? How do you get the retail consumer back? How do you make up those fund flows? We have to now reevaluate airlines. We have to reevaluate businesses. We're gonna get some consolidation. So I think I think we're on the right path. The time frame is murky, but I think businesses have to reevaluate themselves and figure out how to scale. And again, it goes back to technology. Technology is the most scalable part of business. And wherever you go, you end up circling back. And so I think that's kind of where I look towards the future in tech.
I appreciate it, brother. You got to come back.
Yeah. Nah, I appreciate y'all, man. Keep on doing y'all thing.
So
man.
They're trying to get your Instagram, but it seems like you're private. They looking like,
oh yeah.
They yo, man, earners don't play. So you got to go on private, and then we got to get you in the Facebook group. They're saying like, yo, we need Q.
Oh yeah, you got to get in the Facebook.
We got to get you in the group.
But Q really he really does this for a living. So it's not like like you know what I'm saying, like he's not really on Instagram like that, like, but he really does it like as a profession.
That's what I said. Like anytime, Q said he had a 5-minute conversation. We've never had a 5-minute conversation.
Nah, we don't.
They're like, we got one conversation because I'm just like blown away. I'm like, yo, this is a strategy. And when you gave that pick last week about iBuy, he was like, yo, does Shotty know what he's doing?
I said the same thing. I'm like, you gave that one away for free?
He was like, yo, he's like, I don't think you know what does he know what he's doing?
Yeah.
That's my pick. And I didn't even say that out loud, but I don't think people really understand what's happening right now.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't even tell my friends about it. I looked at the top 10 holding. I said, okay, hold on. I said, so you got the joint, right? Nobody wants to really go shop. You got this portfolio online shopping. Like, all right, it don't get no clearer than that. I don't have to. 2 plus 2 is 4. So I told Troy, I said, I didn't even tell my friends and family. I said, I had to test the workout first. Make sure it was good. I had to test the work. You know what I mean? You remember Frank had to make sure it was blue magic. I had to make sure.
Had to test it out.
And so, like I said, when you guys are on here giving picks, it's like I go through my screen, right? And I'm like, I'm looking for like ETFs or picks. I'm like, they done gave away all my picks. They done gave away my portfolio. I don't got nothing to give y'all because they done told you everything. And like I said, it's just dope to see, man. It gets me excited because I don't get to have these combos. When I walk into work or when I'm working, it is predominantly people who don't look like me, don't understand my culture.
Yeah.
Just now are beginning to be semi-sympathetic to what we go through as a people in the culture and what your fight was to get there, right? And I if you harken back to my episode, I told you I started my career off like Will Smith. I had one suit, no shape up. Okay, I couldn't tie a tie, and I had to fight from the bottom to get where I'm at. And so I'm just hungry to pull people up because it's not about me anymore. It's about me reaching back and pulling people up or giving people knowledge. So I'm always here to lend my ear and give words, whether it's encouragement or just what I know. Right, and that's the idea behind it.
Well, when you're making your investments, what time frame are you looking at, and are you on Bloomberg Terminal or what platform are you using?
We got Bloomberg, we got FactSet.
Okay.
And so for me personally, like I'm with you guys. I'm a long term, right?
Yeah.
And so part of it is because I'm considered like an insider, so I have to hold the stock for minimum 30 days. So if I buy it, I can't just flip it the next day.
Yeah.
Only thing I can sell back and forth is like ETFs. But everything flows through compliance, right? So if I want to do anything at all my accounts are watched by compliance. They're flow through compliance. I like long term because I don't have to think about it. I'm not
That's easier
out, right? And I can see the vision, and you give the play a chance to open up. Right? I don't know if you watch sports. It goes, he let the play open up, and it's like, yo, sometimes you gotta let the play open up. If you make the move too fast, you might miss the layup, right? And you gotta let the play open up. So I like long term. It gives you a better idea of the value of a company than chasing dollars.
Are you looking at the daily, weekly? Because I know we have a lot of people that are traders, and I always try and tell people the 5-minute chart is the worst to execute off of. The higher the time frame you go, the better. But I want to get your perspective on being an insider, since you are holding these positions for like a 30-day period.
So for me, like I said, I go to the scale of the business. I don't even sometimes before I even get to the chart and I start looking at the 20-day or the 50-day, or I start getting kind of deep into the numbers and into the EBITDA, into the earnings per share ratios. I start looking at, does it make sense, right? Like, who's in their lane, right? I'm driving.
Fundamentals.
Can anybody get in my lane to stop me from where I'm going? And I start looking at the scale of the business. I look at the management. And when all that kind of comes together, that's when I start, okay, well, where's my entry point? I know how much I want to invest. I want to invest this. And if sometimes I'm going to dollar cost average. Sometimes I don't care about the entry point, and I'm just throw bread in, and I'm going to constantly build a position until I'm comfortable with that position, because I know the returns will be there long term, right? And I want to build something that is sustainable, and that is I don't want to call it a pyramid. Like, you know how the Egyptians built pyramids and they're still here today?
Yeah.
That's how I want to build my portfolio.
Yeah.
I want to build my portfolio on that base. And so a lot of thought goes into it before I get to the numbers. And once I get to the numbers, I said it makes sense. It makes sense. I subscribe to the satellite theory, which is you purchase ETFs, right? So let's just say you got BGT or you got QQQ, right? And the top holdings are Microsoft and Apple. I want to then own the securities, right? Because you get the ETF, right? You get the winners, but you also get the losers. And so with the satellite theory, you're able to maximize the winners a little bit more to basically make up for some of those points you lose, right? But it enables me to own good companies, quality balance sheets, while owning quality ETFs. So it forces me to stay at a premium and not go dumpster diving. Because a lot of times people are looking for that $15 stock that's going to go to 100.
Yeah.
Find quality, right? It's like your clothes. I don't want to wear anything. I want to wear a certain echelon of cotton on my body. I don't want to just wear anything because of anything. I want to figure out, okay, cool. I like QQQ. I like the top 10 holdings. I like what it does. NASDAQ 100, right? Okay, top 10 holdings, Apple, Microsoft. I'm cool with that. I look at the value. I look at where we're at in the space right now, where they can go. Cool. Now I have positions. If I go to healthcare, if I go to IBB, or if I go to VHT, right? If I'm looking at the holdings, where do I want to be? I want to, if it's healthcare, I want to be in medtech, biotech. What you put in your body, what you put on your body, right?
Yep.
Because again, it's all about scale. And so I start looking at the holdings. What can I own? Where can I own? Right? What's my positioning? If I want to go to consumer, right? And I look at XLK.
Yo, too much now. Nah. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bro. Nah, too much information.
Yeah. I can't wait to have you back.
They can't. Certain things, man, you gotta just wait around too. Like,
there's no 5-minute conversation.
I know. Man, you gotta put them in our group chat. Like now.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.